What is up, guys? Welcome back to Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another Walking Dead video for today. This one's going to be doing the next good and bad video of this week. We're going to be doing the good and bad of Gregory from The Walking Dead. Okay guys, so this is going to be doing another Walking Dead video for today. This one we're going to be doing the weekly good and bad video for this week. This one we're going to be doing the good and bad, or just the bad, I mean honestly, of Gregory from The Walking Dead. So, this one it was suggested by Austin, so shout out to Austin for suggesting this one. And honestly man, when I heard about this one, I was like, okay, this is going to be a very interesting one, because honestly, I do not like Gregory. I mean, I like the character in terms of what he does to the story. I think he's a very interesting character, but definitely in terms of Gregory as a human, you know, as a person, he's awful. I mean, honestly, the things he does, he is just terrible. So, but I definitely want to say a huge thank you to Austin for suggesting this video. Of course, next week we'll be doing one on Daniel from Fear the Walking Dead, and I have not done a good and bad of a Fear the Walking Dead character, except for Alicia. So, that'll be pretty interesting. That'll be next week, and yeah, I definitely want to get into this one, though. So, Gregory is introduced in Season 6, Episode 11, Knots Untied. Which I really wish that episode was called A Larger World. I think that would have just been amazing, but that's besides the point. So, they go to Hilltop, we find out that he's the leader, basically, and, you know, I'm the boss, you know? He really, right away, Rick's just like, yeah, I don't like you, dude, like, not at all, you know? He tells him to go get cleaned up or whatever, and, you know, he's like, hard to keep this place clean or whatever and stuff like that. So, they definitely, I want to definitely give Xander Berkeley some credit here. You did an amazing job as Gregory. I mean, I think we can all agree. Let's give him at least one compliment here. He did an amazing job as playing Gregory. I mean, I couldn't have imagined anybody else playing Gregory. I think he did an amazing job, and I actually really like Gregory in the TV show, probably more than Gregory in the comic, if I'm being honest. But he still is a terrible person at the end of the day. I mean, honestly, so they have to work for the Saviors. Gregory made the deal, and Rick and them make a deal with the Hilltop to take out the Saviors, and of course, you know, they fail, and Glenn and Abraham get killed and all that kind of stuff. But Gregory in Season 7 kind of starts to lose his position once he realizes after, I mean, everything was going to crap anyway for him. I mean, honestly, the dude stabs him because the Saviors want Gregory dead. So literally, they go through the trouble of even stabbing Gregory, at least trying to kill him. And honestly, I mean, things just fall apart with Gregory in charge. It's just not, it's not working. So then Maggie shows up at Hilltop with Sasha, and they kind of start following her lead. And when those zombies flood in the middle of the night, Maggie, Sasha, and Jesus are the ones to take it out, while Gregory hides in his room. And that's the first bad decision I think Gregory has made right there, is hiding in the room and not doing a darn thing about the zombies coming into Hilltop. He doesn't care. He leaves it all to Maggie, Sasha, and Jesus, and they have to, you know, kill all the zombies that Simon and the Saviors send in Season 7, Episode 5, Go-Getters. So, then, of course, Simon shows up, and he's going to be his new Negan now. And I have to admit, the scenes between Simon and Gregory are some of the best. I mean, honestly, those two characters and those two actors, just simply, their scenes together, Simon and Gregory, are just, it's absolutely amazing. They give 100% in every scene, you can tell. And honestly, I love the scenes between Simon and Gregory. So, honestly, I want to hear a comment about that. If anybody loves the scenes between Simon and Gregory as much as I do, I want to hear that in the comment section below. Because honestly, I love the scenes between the two of them. Anybody that doesn't, just because they're two, like, you know, bad guys, both of them are kind of bad characters, but I don't care. I mean, the scenes between them are just absolutely amazing. So, and Simon is just, you know, I mean, entertaining as usual. Same thing with Gregory at times as well, and I love the scenes between the two of them. So, Maggie starts taking over Hilltop, and, you know, Gregory's not too big of a fan of that, but the reason why is because Maggie's more of a leader type, while Gregory kind of isn't, you know? And I love the part where Maggie's like, well, don't let it bother you. It seems like it bothers you, you know? I love that. And anyway, so basically, Gregory tries to make things, you know, more peaceful, but then Simon and them take the doctor, they do all this stuff, and, you know, they start the All-Out War storyline, and basically Gregory tries to rat out Rick and the others to Simon and the Saviors. And he makes a big speech in Season 8, and this is the other bad decision I think he makes, is, you know, being there and telling all all of them to surrender. The Hilltop stands with Negan and the Saviors. Absolutely horrible. I mean, Gregory has done a lot of horrible things. I think we can kind of, you know, establish that. Gregory has done a lot of horrible things, and honestly that, you know, honestly, he should have paid a lot sooner is all I'm saying. I mean, he even steals Glenn's watch, which is another bad decision I should mention as well. I mean, he steals Glenn's watch off his grave. You have, like, no heart. I mean, honestly, the dude just died a couple days back. And, you know, I mean, you steal his watch from his grave. I mean, honestly, that is a horrible thing to do. He deserved way more than just one punch for that, honestly. That is, I mean, Maggie, I guess, I mean, she still punched him, so good on her, but honestly, that's terrible. So, anyway, he tries to basically make you know, the Hilltop surrender to Negan and the Saviors in the Season 8 premiere, and it doesn't work, basically. And I love when Maggie just kind of says, like, doesn't look like anybody's going, does it, you know? And then they're like, Jesus says, the Hilltop stands with Maggie, and then, you know, Simon is very disappointed, you know, and pushes him right off. So, of course, Gabriel tries to go stop for him, and then Gregory basically takes the vehicle, and Gabriel is stranded at the sanctuary. So, basically, he shows back up to the Hilltop, Maggie does let him in, and we get the funny story about, I mean, he even, and there's another one for you, he eats a little girl's pancakes, you know, I mean, he denies it all he wants, but we all know he most likely did. We just know Gregory well enough to know that Cal is not lying, you know? So yeah, you know, I did not eat those pancakes, you know, and I know, and I love the scenes too between, you know, Gregory and Cal too. I love the part where, like, I don't know if you guys remember, I have to mention this. I laughed so hard when Gregory, and maybe you guys don't remember, go back and watch Season 7, Episode 14, The Other Side, when Gregory and Jesus are talking. He's like, think whatever you want, Jesus. I look out for my friends, and I've realized we're not friends. And then he hears a knock on the door, and it's Cal, and he's like, come in, you know, he just kills it in that scene. It just kills me every time, man. Honestly, he's like, come in, you know, I don't know, I laugh so hard at that. Go back and watch that scene, and you will absolutely understand what I mean. It's absolutely hilarious the way he says it. So, he's like, come in, all nice and stuff, like, I don't know, I find that hilarious. So, see, there's times like this, though, when I kind of have to laugh at Gregory a little bit, you know, it's like, you can't hate him 100%. You can hate him at least, like, 99.9% of the time, but honestly, there's, like, that little part of me that's still, like, really just has to either laugh at the scenes that they have him, some of the things they have him say, or just anything like that. But I don't know, there's still somewhere deep down inside, I still love Gregory as a character. He's such a terrible guy at the end of the day, you know? But anyway, so they lock him up, basically, with the other saviors that are captured, and, we have Henry that goes in, of course, you know, and I love when Gregory's like, that's a dangerous weapon you got there, kiddo, you know, and yeah, basically, for the rest of Season 8, he doesn't do too much. He does escape and go back to the sanctuary, and of course, there is that one scene between him and Simon, where Simon, like flips him or whatever, and he lands flat on his face or whatever, and, you know, that type of deal, but, yeah, and then, of course, he is, like, the delivery boy, as Negan would say. Dwight sends them, and, of course, he goes to the, you know, the Hilltop and gives them what is Negan's, you know, fake-ass plan, as he says to Dwight. So, yeah, I love that, and, I think that Gregory in Season 9, so we get the time skip, we get all that stuff, and this is when, of course, he tries to get Maggie killed with Earl. Now, all this stuff, I'm just going to say, he deserved it. I mean, I think we can all admit that, but a terrible decision, and that's the other decision I want to say, a terrible decision to decide to try to get Maggie killed. I mean, honestly, she won the election fair and square. Back off. Honestly, that's all I have to say. But, you know, just to kind of finish things off with his character, I love Gregory's character. I think he's a terrible person in terms of what he does, but he's an awesome actor that plays, in my opinion, a very entertaining character, you know? So, those are kind of the good and bad sides of him, I'd say. So, I want to hear your opinions about his character in the comment section below. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss. I want to hear that from you guys. And, of course, if you're new here, guys, click the subscribe button so you're sending my Walking Dead videos. Follow Dan's Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys. Xander Berkeley, you are absolutely amazing man as Gregory, and you know, I wish you luck in the rest of your acting career as well too, because you did a really good job. So anyway, guys, I'll see you guys really soon for another video. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.